Too good?
Todd Bowley has become our sporting director. The man's never worked in European football before. So the fact that he's now in charge of this recruitment drive fills me a little bit with fear.
Too bad.
Going out and signing with Charleston, it's huge, isn't it? He will certainly score goals for them.
All right, this is Too Good, Too Bad, where me and Rory Jennings take it in turns to pick out one player we're looking forward to see play this weekend and one who desperately needs a performance. Rory, who are you looking forward to seeing play this weekend?
Well, I'm not sure if he's going to play, but I've put him in here because I'm
not
hoping.
Part of the game, then, is it?
I'm hoping. No, but I haven't seen.
Pick someone that we know is going to play.
No, I'm hoping that Reece James is going to play. I'm hoping that Reece James is going to feature.
Who's that? Never heard of him.
Reece James is the best right back in the league. You should have heard of him.
Was one of the best.
He is the best right back in the league.
Not the best
You know,
right
everybody talking weirdly about that, about how good Ben White is. Yeah. Suddenly, it would look very average when Reece James is back to full fitness, and he is back training with the first team. He is back potentially.
Wow,
about to play for Chelsea.
Is he trying to make a run for the Euros?
I mean, I do hope so.
It's what, two games?
Changes everything, doesn't it?
If he were to play, Nottingham Forest, isn't it, your game, and then your last game is who? I can't remember who your last game is. But if he were to play those games or get minutes on the pitch, is that enough for Gareth to have a look at him? Or does he not need... He doesn't need him, does he? That's the thing.
No, he doesn't. I think everybody needs Reece James. Hang on, I think you do need.
You don't really need Reece when you got Carl Walker.
Everybody needs a Reece James in their life. You certainly do. He is the best right back in the league when he's fit.
He's not.
Carl Walker's not a better right back than him.
I'm not having this debate with you right now. We haven't got enough time.
Well, look, I'm hoping that Reece James is going to be back to full fitness, back playing. And look, if he can get on the pitch against Forest, if he can play against Brighton, you never know. There could be a chance that he ends up playing for England.
I want him to come back because I hate the idea of just players having that injury record he's got. Daniel Sturridge was like that at Liverpool, where you just don't get a run of games. And when fit, Reece James, I agree with you. Maybe not the best, but right up there.
Who are you looking forward to seeing?
Phil Foden.
See, I think that's more uninspiring than my Reece James.
You know what it is. First of all, it's Man City's game in hand. I can't have Arsenal win the league, so I need him to be a superstar against Fulham, and I think he will be. The game's live on talkSPORT as well. Quick plug. But what it really is I think because this race for Premier League Player of the Season is so tight between Cole Palmer, Declan Rice and Phil Foden, they're my three. I think you need to be excellent now. You need to be excellent. You need to look good in every single game to win it. He's already won, I think, the Football Writers Award.
Yeah. Well deserved indeed. So I'm looking for him to do a bit of magic and just put Fulham to the sword, which I think he will do. He's almost become their main man now. No, there's been points this season where he has pulled it out the bag for them. Yeah, he is becoming that guy, the clutch player, isn't he? He's the main man of Man City.
And to think that he's not even a guaranteed starter for England. He's not a banker.
No, but he's not a banker. He's an amazing talent. Do you want to just hear something just to demonstrate quite how good he is really quickly, right? Listen to this. This is going to sound a bit of a crazy introduction, but just go with me. I was talking to Sergio Aguero.
Name drop.
I can't help it.
Can we just quickly pick that name up?
It's true. Please? I can't help it. I'm trying to talk about Phil Foden, but I have to intro it with the truth.
Sergio Aguero.
He's a poker player. I was talking to Sergio Aguero, and we played a game with him, and we said, Phil Foden, David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, rank them.
Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, Phil Foden. He must have done it that way.
No, he put Phil Foden at the top.
Nah, he's
genuinely.
He's obviously had a fallout with Kevin De Bruyne.
He put Phil Foden at the top.
He's obviously had a fallout with Kevin. For some reason, him and Kevin De Bruyne don't get on. That's the truth in it. But that is incredible, though.
I know. Even if there's politics, even if you're
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about incredible that he spoke to Sergio Aguero.
Oh right, no, I think it's incredible that he put Phil Foden ahead of anyone else.
Incredible.
He's an amazing player.
All right. In terms of who needs a performance, go on. Who are you going for?
I think Kobbie Mainoo needs a performance.
Oh, that's harsh.
Not necessarily but for many reasons. I think he does need a performance for his own form. He didn't play well against Crystal Palace. It's not looking as good for him. There was a time a few months ago where it looked like he was a shoo-in for the England squad, and I don't necessarily think it is like that anymore. So I think he does need a performance. But the other reason he needs a performance is because if Manchester United are to get anything out of the game, Kobbie Mainoo needs to play well. Kobbie Mainoo needs to protect that back line. So he needs a performance for many reasons. And I want him to, because I want somebody to put a glitch in this Arsenal form.
And the thing is, as well, as much as I say, he's young, kind of, give him... I mean, if you're in that England squad and you're starting for United, age goes out the window.
Yes.
You're just there now. Like,
absolutely.
No one's going to... if he makes a mistake for England or doesn't play to his best ability, which I think he will, no one's going to say, he's young. No, if you're in there... what do they say? If you're good enough, you're old enough.
If you're good enough, you're old enough. Yeah, you're in at the deep end. What about you?
All right, need a performance. James Maddison. I think Madders needs a performance. What do you make that face for?
I mean, it's just quite underwhelming. Do you remember when you and I were on this show and I said that
my
James Maddison. I just find. Do you remember when we were on this show and I said that his signing was quite uninspiring,
Oh,
and you kept having a go at me? Do you remember you kept having a go at me? Uninspiring, is it, Rory? Uninspiring.
So you've gone all the way back to the start of the season
I keep
to
receipts.
make your point.
I keep receipts when you have a pop at me. I keep receipts.
You know what it is about James Maddison? Like, uninspiring now. The whole Tottenham
was I correct then? Is this an apology, Oladipo?
You were correct 9 months ago.
Oh, thank you.
But he wasn't a shoo-in for the England squad, but I thought he was there or thereabouts. I think it was close. I don't think he is anymore.
No, he wouldn't get an England B team now. Doesn't get anywhere near it. People don't want to talk about how average he's been. He doesn't get an England B team now. No, and my prediction that it was an uninspiring signing, you're forgiven. You're forgiven, Oladipo.
Yes, I think he desperately needs a performance. I don't think he'll get it. They take on Burnley. Obviously, the wheels have come completely off when it comes to Spurs, and that thing about Spurs is obviously ringing true right now. They've come off everyone, by the way. Everyone's playing bad for Spurs.
And Postecoglou's got to take some responsibility here. The fact that he's so one-dimensional, the fact that he's so predictable, the fact that he likes to play his particular expansive system makes him so easy to beat. And ultimately, we know that if Tottenham go into games looking to play their system, defending on the halfway line, they will get battered because people have worked out how to play against them. But Ange Postecoglou is such a stickler for his system, and it is it's the perfect way to demonstrate that he's actually a limited manager. Having no pragmatism as a manager makes you average.
It's funny because it all kicked off against you boys, didn't it, really?
What time? We beat them twice this season. We battered them twice. What time are you talking about?
The first game where they had about 2 people on the pitch. Some breaking news, and this won't surprise you. It shouldn't surprise you anyway. Manchester United midfielder Casemiro has been left out of the Brazil squad for next month's Copa America.
He's been capped
75 times. It's been bad, hasn't it?
Do you know what it was, though, the game against Crystal Palace? You know when people talk about Gary Neville, and obviously I know you and I agree.
What Elise did to him ended his career,
I mean, there was a few times as well, for the goal,
it ended his career.
Yeah. But you know when you and I talk about the brilliance of Gary Neville, I know that we're in harmony here. We think that Gary Neville is the best right back in the Premier League, and we both find it frustrating when he himself is quite negative about his own ability. But do you remember when Gary Neville had that performance at West Bromwich Albion?
And he knew that was that.
And he said it was done. I think he played against Matthew Etherington once as well, and he just couldn't handle him. I think that was Casemiro's moment. Casemiro's Hawthorns came at Selhurst Park.
Yeah, other players that have been left out of the squad as well might surprise you, some of the names here. Richarlison, not a surprise. Gabriel Jesus has been left out.
Richarlison?
No, I said that's not a surprise.
But he just even flagging it. Richarlison didn't get I didn't get the Brazilian side either.
No, Anthony's not been selected as well.
God.
I'm just saying.
Neither have I. Neither has Ade Oladipo. No, of course not. Of course, Richarlison isn't playing for Brazil.
But he was that number 9 in the World Cup. Let's not forget that.
I know.
Remember, he scored those fantastic goals.
He did score 2 very good goals in the World Cup. Actually, I was at one of those games. He did score very good goals. Yeah.
You know the Casemiro thing, and I know a lot of people are going to come at me for saying this. I do feel that there is something. I don't know what it is with. And there would always be some outliers here, right? But there's something about Brazilians, I think top Brazilian players, that when they get to of a certain age, late 20s, 30s, the drop-off is massive.
It comes quite
very quick. Fabinho surprised me at Liverpool. You can go back to Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, R9, Coutinho, another one. These are superstars, and then it just seems to drop off. And look, again, there'll be outliers. Thiago Silva's an outlier, certainly. But the majority of the real big superstars, it's just off a cliff.
Do you know where we've gone here, just by accident, when you've started flagging these players in that particular position? Brazil, as a country, has actually... You know when we were kids, they would produce the most iconic, skillful, mesmerising, dazzling forward players.
Yeah.
More recently, it's been the home of the elite... central midfield, Fernandinho, Fabinho, Casemiro. Yeah. It's actually been the home and the hub of that almost destroyer in the middle.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.